This episode is brought to you by the Boneyard Huskies Club. The Boneyard Huskies Club empowers athletes while providing UConn fans with access to exclusive community, utility, and rewards. The Boneyard Huskies Club is excited to announce the next collection of student-athlete collectibles, which grant club membership privileges, will feature UConn men's basketball players and drop on January 9th, 2023. For more information, go to boneyardhuskiesclub.com. That's Huskies with a YZ at the end. boneyardhuskiesclub.com. Okay, football season is officially over. So we've got Jackson Mitchell on for the last time this season. Jackson, welcome back to the podcast.
Appreciate you having me for one last time. And
Yeah,
I like your shirt too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, nice little holiday gift here. I had to I had to explain to my mother-in-law that there wasn't a typo on it because she was like, "Oh, it should say Jim Moore, right?" I'm like, "No, it's him Moore. It's him." Um, so let's start by looking back at the bowl, the overall experience for you. Take us through what was it like, just getting to be a part of that for the first time this year.
Yeah, I think it was a really cool experience. Obviously something that none of us have really experienced before. Just, we all flew down there like as a big group, like guys that have never traveled before, like this whole season got to travel, which was exciting and nice for them. And then,
Yeah,
you go out there and like we get to our hotel room and it's nice and you look out the back window and it's the beach and you kind of get like a lot of like not a lot of free time, but you get free time like during the day and at night, like those first couple of days to yourself, which is pretty cool, just being somewhere else and being able to just hang out with your teammates. So it's definitely a cool experience.
yeah, for sure. I remember you said you had a bet where you were supposed to go in the ocean. Did you make it in?
Yeah, I did actually jump. I jumped in after our first practice there.
All right.
I tried to use the excuse that it was my recovery for the day, like the ice tub or something, but it was pretty cool.
It was cold.
Yeah, it was definitely cold.
um, so take us through the game itself. I know there are a lot of ups and downs in that game. You got down early, got back into it. What do you think, this game showed you? Because it was a really good Marshall team. We know they went out, they beat Notre Dame earlier in this year, and you guys hung with them for a lot of the game.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was just like our fight. Like that's kind of been our thing this whole season, just our fight and our attitude towards like obviously we struggled at the beginning of the season and we were down in some games and playing some good teams, but we really fought our way into some games. And that's kind of what our message was, like going into the locker room and on the sideline, even when it was 28-0, I think it was at one point. So
Yeah.
just really fighting and trying to, like, you just saw that fight from this team and like it was kind of just defined our season, I guess. Obviously, like a few more things went our way. We really thought we were going to be back in that game and
Yeah.
force overtime for sure.
Yeah, you're a defensive guy. You know that was a blown pass interference call there.
Yeah, definitely. It was questionable. It's what it is, I guess.
um, what was it like after the game? Kind of realizing that the season's come to an end. What was Coach Morrow's message to the team? Kind of following the game there.
I mean, obviously, I mean, more than any of us, he hates losing, and he's disappointed when we lose, and so are we all. But he did want us to just like obviously we should be disappointed, but we shouldn't be discouraged. So it's just kind of the message he's told us for like most of the season. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't something to be discouraged about because of the things that we were able to accomplish this year. But it's also just the beginning, and now we get like a month off to ourselves and relax. But like when we get back, it's gotta we got to step on the pedal and work a little bit harder than we were working last year to get to now our new goal and our new destination.
Yeah. Have you had a chance? I know it's only been a week or two since the season's ended to kind of just reflect back on this season and think about all that you guys were able to accomplish this year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I tried to tell the guys like even though we finished 6-7 and that type of thing, we lost the bowl game. Like this team, like when it's all said and done, and like many years from now, this team is going to be like a team that goes down in history that kind of flipped the
Yeah.
switch for UConn football and changed the narrative around the program. So that is something to be really proud of and excited for the future. So it's definitely something to look back on, just because like there were so many firsts. Like I feel like every week, like towards the end of the season, we were posting, "Oh, this is the first time UConn football has done this since then."
Yeah.
So like there's definitely a lot of things to be proud of and happy about this season for sure.
For sure. I think like as a fan personally, it was like one of the most enjoyable seasons to, be a part of because it felt like, given where the team has been, like you guys really were able to accomplish a lot and get this program back in the direction that everyone's looking for.
Yeah.
And when you haven't been winning, I feel like when those wins start to come, it's just even more satisfying. So I've got to
Yeah.
imagine from a player's perspective, it's even more satisfying.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's like kind of like our goal, like we knew obviously we were losing a while, so it's hard for the fans to get into it. And we knew our goal was just to win games and everything was going to work out. So this kind of is really like a jumping a board for the fans, like
Yeah,
a diving board, because next year, there's going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of build this whole off season for next season and what we got going in this second season with Coach Morrow.
what do you think it was about this team that really kind of made it a special team? And as you mentioned, is a team that, when you look at UConn football and you have 10, 15 years, it's going to be a team that everyone's going to kind of think back to.
I think it was just like how close we were as a group. Like we kind of like put our pride to the side, our egos to the side, and we knew what we were and what we wanted to be. And I think we all just kind of doubled down and worked for it. And we know our motto is like brotherhood. That's like defines our team, brotherhood. It's on our walls and stuff. And
Yeah,
I think we finally like understood what that meant towards like the middle of the season and the end of the season. And that's kind of where you saw the wins come in because everybody was bought in and working for each other more than themselves.
absolutely. As you look back on this year, what do you think the biggest thing you learned from Coach Morrow was?
Um, I think like I mean he's just like I feel like he instilled a lot of confidence in the team, but also myself. Like facing those bigger opponents, that type of thing. Like that's something that obviously was new to us. I guess like the level that we faced this year. I guess like top 15, top
Yeah,
10, top five ranked opponents. So that's kind of something that might be a little new to us, but I think he gave us a lot of confidence and he taught us like college football is not really different from many levels. Like guys are bigger and faster and stronger, but like if you work hard and you put the effort forward, like you can compete in a lot of games. So towards the end of the season, that's kind of what you saw with some of those wins and that type of thing. And something that we're gonna try to build on for next season for sure.
absolutely. Which teammate you think you're going to miss the most that's graduating or heading out?
I mean, I think it was hard to watch Swenny go just because he
Yeah,
was here for 6 years and he's been through it all the ups and downs. He's seen three head coaches, he's seen so many defense coordinators, so many like teammates come and go, and he's been
yeah,
through it all. So like to see him, finally leaving is pretty incredible, and obviously he's a huge part of this program, and everybody knows what he means to this program. So it was sad, but it's also exciting for him and in his next steps in his career. So he's probably gonna be the biggest one for sure.
yeah. I know everyone is calling you Mr. Connecticut over here. Being from the state and what this team was able to do this year, like how much, does it feel a little bit even like more special to you, all that's been able to accomplish, like knowing that you're getting, this state, getting everyone back into football, getting everyone excited again, and showing that UConn football is here to stay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's every time I go on Twitter and I see people still talking about it, it's like really
Yeah,
exciting. And then like even throughout the season and prior to the season, like you saw the governor and stuff like talking about UConn football. I don't think it was like that in the past. So it definitely is really special and something really cool to see for this state because obviously we don't. It's not like we have a professional team, so
yeah.
for us to like kind of be that for this state would be really cool, and that's something that still working towards. But it's been really exciting to watch the fans like just get into it.
Yeah, next year's goal is to get Stephen A on the bandwagon, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. He gave us a few good things in that last clip, but definitely got to get on the bandwagon.
We'll work on him and see what he could do. What's it been like now? You've had a couple weeks just kind of and kind of relax a little bit. I know it's a long season. You guys all get pretty beat up, and now I know you mentioned you have a little bit more time before you got to get back and start doing workouts and stuff again. So what do you do now during this time that you kind of get to lay low a little bit?
Yeah, so I got surgery. You can't see it. I
Oh,
got surgery to like fix up my
yeah,
wrist. It's like the little injuries I was battling throughout the season. So that hopefully, I mean, this is the last one, so hopefully that will be good. But other than that, just kind of take a little break. Obviously, your body's banged up. We've been playing like football since the beginning of August, really, because we had camp and stuff.
yeah,
So just take a little break, get your mind right, and kind of sometimes I like to get my mind off football for a little bit because obviously it is a lot mentally
yeah,
too, just the challenge of the season and the battle of the season. So just take your mind off it, spend time with your family because obviously we don't get a lot of time at home
yeah.
playing divisional football. We're at school all summer and that type of thing. So it's just cool to be at home with the family and enjoy ourselves before we get back and go to work.
Yeah, I know it's the heart of getting to the heart of basketball season here. You a big
Yeah.
basketball guy?
Yeah, I'm a pretty big basketball guy. Like I really haven't been focused on it just because of like the
Yeah,
NFL, that type of thing, college football. So like now that like that's kind of coming to an end, I can get back into it. Like my basketball team's the Knicks and that type of thing. So I'm gonna get into it now.
yeah. Cool, cool. Well, I know you've alluded to it a little bit in some of the other media stuff, leading up to the bowl game, but have you thought about your plans for next year? Because I do know you have some options on the table there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like there was a lot of options to weigh and a lot of things I had to think about. I was kind of weighing throughout the season and seeing where my head was at, but also where, coach's head was at and like things like that. But like I thought the best decision for me, for like my family and the coaches thought the best decision for me was to actually come back for my last year, my fifth year of college. So it'd be one more semester this fall or next fall
There,
for my last year of eligibility to play for UConn for sure.
there we go. I know everyone's going to be really excited to hear that. What's
Yeah,
that conversation like with Coach Moore at the end of the season as you guys, kind of start to weigh your options? And I feel like he's got to be a really good guy to bounce things off of, just given all of his football experience.
Yeah, definitely. I think just like with all the coaches, I'm talking to Coach Sariki too. Like they just they're gonna be honest with you because obviously it's important to be honest. Like in this
Yeah,
because this is a huge decision. So you want to know the pros and cons and that type of thing. And they were just honest with me with the things that like that could help me if I do come back for this last year from January until December, what I can work on and those type of things to help me not only improve my stock, but also like help this team and
yeah.
reach some more goals that we kind of left on the table.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to look too far ahead, but in terms of goals for next year, what do you kind of have top of mind?
I mean, individually or as a
But
team?
yeah, you give us both.
Well, individually, I would say just continue being a leader, I guess. But
Yeah,
I was left off some of the All-American teams. Maybe some people felt like I should have been on them or whatever that case may be. So
I'll say you should have. So
so maybe something like that. And I was only a semifinalist for the Buckeyes, so definitely improving that aspect. But I'm not too big into the individual awards, but definitely just kind of improving my game technique wise and mentally to help at the next level. And then like for team wise, I think Coach Moore says he doesn't like to put numbers on it.
yeah,
But I definitely could see us like I see us as a double digit winning team next year just because you know like I don't like to look too far in advance, but we have a good schedule. We play a lot of great
yeah,
teams. I think we got a lot of guys coming back, and like as a defense, I always like to look at the defense. We're losing some linebackers and we're losing a Trey in the secondary, but really other than that, like we bring a lot of guys back, and the defense was
yeah.
really exciting, and the defense really showed promise at the end of the season. So I think like we have a really high standard for ourselves as a team, but also as a defense, and Coach Moore does as well.
Yeah, no, I think just based on the schedule and the roster you guys have, and who knows, there might be another couple additions coming as
Yeah, hopefully.
transfer portal news all shakes out. But yeah, no, it sets up to be nice. And I know everyone's already been looking at the schedule. You got some
Yeah,
really exciting games on there.
yeah, definitely.
I know personally, I can't wait to. I think I'm going to join you guys out in Knoxville next year. I mean, Rocky Top, that's always been a place I've wanted to go to, so that's one I've already got circled on my calendar.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Like just going to those type of places is a really cool experience because that's kind of the whole college football thing. Like you
Yeah,
watch the videos of their stadium, that type of thing. So that's really going to be really cool. And obviously they're a really good team. Just great experience and great game to play in.
yeah, no, and I think it's just the way that the schedule sets up cool. I know NC State's the opener at home. They're a really good
Yeah,
team.
I didn't
It's gonna
realize
be
they switched that until like
yeah,
a week ago.
yeah. I
So that was
didn't I
pretty
didn't
cool.
realize that either. So now that they made that move, I mean, you get a big time opponent week one there.
Yeah, that's
Everyone's
exciting.
going to be excited about that one.
Yeah,
Are you looking forward to like because now you don't have the week zero game, so you actually like kind of
yeah.
get to like sit back and kind of get ready to open with everyone else. You like that?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be weird because obviously the past 2 years we've had it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's gonna be a little different, but it's gonna be nice. I think we get one more week of summer, I guess, one more week of summer workouts. But yeah, it'll be nice for sure. Just to seeing other people have to go and do that.
Yeah. Well,
It'll just help build the excitement a little bit more, make people wait a little bit longer for that NC State.
exactly. And Now, UConn doesn't give me anything for this, but I will plug. I know the season ticket stuff is all out there now, so
Yeah, definitely.
we started to fill the rent a little bit more this year, but next year I think we want to see it even more packed.
Yeah, I think opening day we have high expectations, and I'll be promoting it as we get close to the season for sure.
There we
But
go.
we
There
have
we
high
go.
expectations for that turnout for that game.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. I mean, what is it like a Labor Day weekend or the weekend? Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
Labor Day
Labor Day
week.
weekend, I think.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what better way to spend it?
Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be nice 70s. Yeah, can't ask for better. But Jackson, I really appreciate you taking some time to come on this season. I know how busy you are with school and football and everything. So just taking some time to come on. I had a lot of fun with this and hope we'll have you
Yeah,
back next
definitely.
year.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. I appreciate you. This was a really great experience, coming on this
Thanks.
podcast, and it was really a lot of fun to just talk about the past games and the upcoming games. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and of course have to wrap with the Giants. How are you feeling heading into the last couple weeks here before the playoffs?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw my tweet after on Christmas Eve, but it was kind of disappointing. I thought we were gonna come. We were playing so well at the end. We came back
Yeah,
inside it, and then we let them get the field goal. It was a good kick on their part, 61
yeah.
yards. But
I think I saw like they've had like 3 or 4 games this year where they've lost with like 4 or 5 seconds left in the game.
yeah, so I think we got to win one game to get in, and we play the Colts this week. So hopefully that
Yeah,
can be the one to secure us in the playoffs. But I mean, I'm
yeah.
excited. On January 8th, I'm going to see them play the Eagles last game of the season. So
Oh,
that'll be
nice.
exciting too. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think the Giants D has to be salivating a little bit after what they saw to Nick Foles yesterday. So,
Yeah, definitely.
well, Jackson, as always, again, really appreciate the time and look forward to seeing you back on the field for UConn next year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.